Hey, Cancer. Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your September 2025 love and family reading. All right, Cancer, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what September has in store for you. Bottom of the deck, we have love. This is beautiful. Subconsciously here, this is coming up in your world, your energy, your vibe. This is self-love and feeling whole, feeling complete. It is the energy of unconditional love, which tells me that you have been doing a lot of work on your own self, your own personal development. This is also the energy of affection and attraction. So you could be catching someone's eye, but I feel like there's also a selflessness coming through here where you are wanting to do the right thing, but I also feel like there's a bit of a pull from this mask energy. There is something here that is masked, or it could even be a delusion or an illusion for that matter. So we're going to dive into seeing what that is for you. But I feel like that is something that you are healing. That's why you have self-love coming through. Bottom of the deck, there's the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is celebratory. It is marriage. It is soulmate. It is union. Now, when the Four of Wands shows up at the bottom of this deck here, this is what you are craving. You want some sort of stability within a family dynamic here, or you want cooperation and support. You may be contemplating moving in with someone. This could also be marriage, as I've mentioned. It could be a new home. You're celebrating here, or you will be celebrating some sort of happiness and joy, but there's still a bit of a mask that we are going to uncover in this reading today. So your key themes for the month, we have the camera. The camera tells me that you've learned a lot from your past here, and you want to make some new memories. You may be reminiscing here. There may even be some old memories that may be resurfacing. There could even be physical messages that show up, or physical pictures that show up on social media, like a flashback of the year prior or flashback of 5 years ago, that are reminding you of how far you have come, Cancer. This is about perception. And some of you may have even felt like you've been in a hanged man period where there hasn't been a lot of action going on here when it comes to matters of the heart, but below the surface, there's been a lot going on. You've been doing the work to create a happy and abundant life, regardless of relationship status. Now, because we have the camera here, I feel like there could be an energy. Now, it may show up as a person, but it's an energy nonetheless of something here that perhaps is being consciously made aware in your life at this time. And it could be something that you've tried to suppress, or it could be an emotion, or even a person that resurfaces here. And you may be asked to get in touch with your emotions and your feelings here around this dynamic, this situation, to not run from, to not numb, to not escape, to not hide. And maybe that's the energy that someone had taken in the past. Maybe someone that you've connected with wasn't honest about how they truly felt. Therefore, there was personification here. There may have even been someone who wore a mask. They didn't show you a certain side of them. Sometimes the mask can even be someone living or leading a double life. And this could be something that has created a bit of a fear for you subconsciously, and you are reminding yourself that you are worthy of great love, that you are worthy of honesty, and you are able to go deep with another, because I'm getting the message here of vulnerability being our greatest strength. And you have here paradise as your outcome energy. This is happiness. This is joy, Cancer. It's playfulness, enjoying each other's company. It is the the honeymoon phase. So the Four of Wands, I mean, some of you could be getting married. Some of you could be meeting someone that you will marry. This is also the energy of if you are in a marriage, I feel like there are some energies to address, to bring to the surface in order for you to enjoy each other's company. Maybe a second honeymoon in store, in order. But I'm also getting the name here, Cameron. Okay, Cameron, which is interesting because we actually have the camera showing up. Maybe someone's first or last name is Cameron. Now, diving into your heart, where you currently stand emotionally in matters of love, connection, and even belonging with your family, with your soul tribe. You're going for it here. Knight of Wands tells me that you are determined, Cancer. The Knight of Wands is curious. Yes, the Knight of Wands. He is curious, but once he embraces that curiosity, he goes all in and he has fun with it. He is an adventurer. And so you are being guided to persevere, to dedicate yourself and take action towards what it is or whom it is that you are curious about. Now, sometimes the Knight of Wands gets a bad rap because this individual can be inconsistent, but it feels more so of you persevering and dedicating yourself to what it is that your heart truly desires. And maybe in the past, there has been a level of inconsistency here for you, Cancer. And that could be what you are addressing with the mask here. No more pretending to be someone or something that you're not. No more attracting people who may be living a double life. I'm also getting a bit of Gemini energy with the mask. Gemini's logo is the mask. So some of you could be connected to a gem. But I also feel like feelings are starting to open up a bit more. Like someone could even be laying their feelings out there on the table, like putting them out there, letting them know that this is how they feel about you. They want to take things to the next level, take things to the next step here. And that could be something that you've wanted to hear for quite some time. And maybe now that it shows up, you are feeling some of those old fears resurfacing, but I still get a really beautiful energy coming through here, regardless of what it is that you are unmasking. It feels like it's better that everything is out in the open than hiding behind closed doors. So what is the crossing energy, the challenge, or even the gift at this time? This is a current influence, Cancer, that's either supporting you or challenging that heart space. So this could be emotional, it could be an expectation, or even relational tension. You have, well, there's Gemini energy. There's the Magician. So when the Magician shows up, also shared with Virgo, which September will be in Virgo season. So this is someone who is very, very talented, but when they're showing up as a challenge, they may not be using their power in the right way. So it can be manifesting from a space of fear versus a space of love, of unconditional love. And it could even feel like your manifestations at times are on hold. But that's why that Knight of Wands is showing up here, because you are being guided to get in touch with your soul essence, get in touch with your truth, unmask something deep within yourself that may have even been holding you back or limiting you to receive happiness, joy, and sunshine. But when the Magician is here, this tells me that you are a very powerful manifester, Cancer. And I see that you could be manifesting someone who is very energetic. This could be someone who is very skilled, very talented at their craft. This Magician could be a Gemini or a Virgo, but they're also very single, which is a good thing. It means that you don't have to worry about other people or this person having attachments. It feels like this individual is single here. Now, for those of you that are in a relationship currently, it feels like you are choosing happiness and joy, and it may feel like a struggle because there may be a sacrifice required or needed, but Spirit is reminding you that you are the magician of your own life, okay? You have the ability to create from that space of love and not to let fear overwhelm you or bring you down. So what is the subconscious influence here? The Eight of Cups, hidden feelings, ancestral imprints, or even beliefs that may be quietly shaping how you give or receive love. Cancer, you have the Eight of Cups. Some of you may have had emotional attachments or connections towards a person, maybe in your family, maybe this is a lover, where there wasn't a lot of growth. You've outgrown a situation, or the form of which this relationship had started to take on. It was not conducive to someone's happiness, either on your end or perhaps someone around you. And someone wasn't being honest. Someone wasn't being honest here that they weren't truly happy. Again, this is your subconscious influence, some hidden feelings, and even a belief. Now, this may have to do with what you had witnessed or seen in the past, maybe growing up, or this could be a prior engagement, a prior relationship, or even a current or existing one. But that's why the mask is here, to get honest with yourself and ask, is there growth here, or is there something deeper, something more meaningful? Are we meant to walk a new path together? Or, do I have the ability to cut ties with someone or something of the past so I can truly step into my happiness? And I feel like the answer is yes, but it is going to require you to leave something or someone behind, maybe an emotion behind, in order to grow. Because right now there may be something influencing you that feels a bit disconnected. You may even be feeling a bit lonely or a bit isolated, like you're on this personal path of growth all on your own. And I see that there is an energy coming towards you here. It may not be here quite yet, but something is manifesting. It's being reflected even in the mirror. And Four of Wands is a beautiful energy of, again, marriage, connection, moving in together physically as well as spiritually. So what is showing up in the past, the recent past, an event, a dynamic that has influenced how you engage in your family or emotional relationships? 10 of Pentacles in reverse tells me that there's been an event or a situation where someone's materialism or need for external validation, external approval in some way has created a block when it comes to a genuine connection. Now, 10 of Pentacles in reverse can be family drama. There may have been a bit of drama within the family unit here, or perhaps that is something that you've witnessed, and therefore sometimes we default back into that drama subconsciously even, and that may be what you are cutting ties towards, is the drama. You're saying, okay, I am able to manifest here a new story. I can't go back and change the history or change the past of a situation, but what I can do is learn from this, and I can move forward, and I can walk into that paradise energy here. So this is about you taking a look at what stability, what marriage, what foundation looks like and feels like for you, and addressing the cracks here in that foundation, because that's what the mask is all about. Peeling back the layers, getting real, getting raw, getting authentic. And these masks we all wear. These are the different personas that we drape over ourselves to protect us, to help us, to give us confidence, to, excuse me, to, have us showing up in a certain way in our lives. But I feel like some of you may have been hiding behind a mask, or someone around you is hiding behind a mask, and it had caused an imbalance here. Someone wasn't being honest. And now what is coming up above you, this is what you're consciously aware of, is what drains your happiness, where the ego steps in here. Because your current desires or realizations have to do with the sun. You are hoping to nurture and transform a relationship or call in a relationship that feels more playful, more warmth. You want more happiness, Cancer, and you want there to feel more abundance instead of feeling like the ego is getting tripped up, feeling like the shadows are overpowering here the sun, right? The darkness is overpowering the sun. So in the future, I feel like you are assessing, where you are draining your energy, where the ego may be holding you back or holding you in place. That's why you have the devil showing up here. When it comes to your near future, what's entering your emotional life, this is a conversation. This could be a shift. This could even be a realization here. There's a new chapter coming in, and I feel like this new chapter really does have to do with you releasing the things that feel heavy or unhealthy or are quick instant fixes. Because sometimes this can be escapism. It can be numbing through, could be substances, it can be external validation, it could be work, it can be anything where, it takes us away from what we need to focus on here and now. And I see that the devil is showing up for you to help you. Now, the word devil spelled backwards is lived. The devil is very much a part of our human experience. But you are remembering that you are a soul having a human experience. The devil doesn't control you. The devil doesn't have to create these blockages, these bonds that keep you tethered or keep you stuck. If anything, you are releasing here so you can fully embody happiness and joy at its fullest. And so the devil is coming in to bring you a wise lesson, and you have the ability to choose to roll into that default mode, perhaps of doing something in the same way, expecting a different result, or continuing out on this pattern or this cycle. But with the Knight of Wands showing up here, the Eight of Cups and the Sun, I don't feel like you want to repeat out a cycle. I feel like you are absolutely addressing what needs to be addressed, because the Lovers and the Devil are so closely related. One is conditional love, ding, 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 the devil, and one is unconditional love. The choice is yours. You have this ability to choose wisely in the near future. All right, how are you feeling? What's going on in that beautiful heart of yours, Cancer? Seven of Pentacles. Some of you have invested a lot of time, a lot of energy into either a relationship or into your own healing journey, your own path. The Seven of Pentacles is you waiting for something to grow because you've already put the work into it. You've been reflecting here, and Spirit is saying you're coming close to harvest, but I also see that you are evaluating if what you are putting in, you are receiving in return. So if you are not putting a lot of energy into a relationship, you may see that that's not, the energy being reciprocated is the same. Same goes for if you are wanting or looking for love. Are you putting that time and that energy into something here, or are you focused on other things? Are you giving up too soon? So this is about evaluating here. So you are assessing the return on your investment and saying, do I have a little bit more time to focus on my love life or on my relationships or attracting the type of love that I want? So the Seven of Pentacles is saying here, be patient with yourself, but don't neglect or, leave something because of the mass, because someone is in denial or not being honest with what they truly want, deserve, or need. And that's why you are in this evaluation period at this time. You're gaining introspection here, and I feel like you're very wise, but you are considering your options because there may be a pivotal moment here or even a divine detour that comes with this evaluation. So let's take a look at the environmental factors. Okay. how family, soulmates, partners, or even the collective energies are currently influencing you. This also shows external expectations or even behaviors that you may be responding to. The Five of Swords. It is in reverse, which is good. This tells me that you are walking away from ego battles, battles of the mind, mental. I just heard mental sorcery. Okay, what kind of magic is that? Maybe there's been mental manipulation here in some way, and it feels like you are walking away from this, or it feels like you're putting your sword down here, because when you fight dirty, when you are fighting from a place of the ego, that's where that devil comes in. It never feels good. It feels very stuck. Now, Cancer, someone may have even been taking advantage of you in some way, and that could be what is being unmasked. Maybe this is something that has happened in the past. Someone has taken advantage of you emotionally, financially, physically. It just feels like you are saying no to anything that isn't a soul yes, anything that is based on attachment or instant gratification or that devil energy. You're walking away from it. When the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Devil show up, this is a hot mess. Now, some of you, you've learned here from the past. That's why it says that on the camera card. And now that you've learned, you get to take that lesson or that opportunity, move forward with it, and step into something that feels a lot more joyful, a lot more playful. And you could be also unmasking a truth about another individual. And once something is out in the open, it feels like you're able to lay down the swords. You don't have to constantly feel like you're on the defenses here. So let's look at your hopes and fears. This is basically your vulnerability portal. What you're wishing for, you're fearing. It could be something that you're still healing in matters of love and family. When the Knight of Cups shows up here, I almost thought that was the King of Cups at first, but when the Knight of Cups shows up in reverse, Cancer, this is about you working on issues or energies around people pleasing or perhaps manipulation. That's come up quite a few times here. And then also the Knight of Cups as the fear can be obsessive energy, jealousy, or blocked emotions. Now, this is showing up as a fear. You don't want to attract this type of energy because you've already been there. You've done that. You've attracted people that have been emotionally closed down in your family or in your lover situations. And I feel like the hope here, of course, is a genuine, honest, spiritually aligned love offer. That's what you're wishing for. The Knight of Cups is the classic romantic. Chivalry is not dead. This is someone who could open the doors for you, someone who gives forehead kisses. They may walk on the outside of the street to protect you. This person cares for you. There's reciprocity here. Instead of something feeling very one-sided or even, I'm getting emotionally disturbing. So there may have been news or something of the past that you have found out, and it had left an energetic imprint that felt quite heavy. It was emotionally disturbing for you to find this out. It could have even been a family secret, okay? But the Knight of Cups as your hope, you're still healing, right? You're still healing in matters of the heart here, but I feel like you are opening up to more joy with that Sun showing up because your outcome, this is the evolving path, what's blossoming, is the High Priestess, the potential future of your relational or emotional path here. Now, tarot is not set in stone. It's not fixed, but this is a strong current that's guiding you towards resolution, guiding you towards a deeper love, a deeper spiritual alignment here through truth and through clarity. Now, when the High Priestess shows up as your outcome, this is you. This is your major arcana. This is about you trusting your intuitive knowing, and you know that if something is off, if something doesn't feel quite right, then you got to explore that. This is about you being open to saying, okay, what do I need to address? What's the white elephant in the room? Because I'm not going to be able to walk into my paradise here if there's something unsettling. And even though it may be a difficult or hard conversation to have with someone or to have with my higher self, I need to do it because I know I deserve something that feels emotionally fulfilling. And that's what you are walking towards with that Eight of Cups. So the High Priestess is spiritual insight. Now, some of you may be cutting out or cutting off some form of communication with someone or with something of the past because you've addressed it, you've gained closure, you've learned what you've needed, and now you're able to move towards a new beginning. And that's what I see you doing here is you're taking action towards a higher frequency. It doesn't mean that there's a brand new person. For some of you, this is a new energy, but it feels like it's a little bit further out, past September. Okay. It feels like right now you're making conscious choices to address anything that, may have been hidden or masked or secretive. And it feels like there is marriage here or a level of commitment that could be deepened. You could get to know someone here, but it feels like, again, it's a little bit further out because first you're honoring and trusting in your own intuitive knowing. And that may take you a little bit of time to be in a bit of a singular energy, Cancer. And I see that by doing so, you're going to gain insights that you couldn't have while you were heavily invested in someone else's energy field. So there's a beautiful flow of love that is showing up here. It's coming through you. And it's giving you truth. It's giving you access here to a higher level of commitment, not only with another, but within yourself. And that's where the High Priestess shows up. All right, let's get a message from your soul's truth. Let's take a look at what your soul wants you to know at this time, Cancer. We have, from whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. Sometimes that devil can be hardcore judgment that we hang on to, and it can keep our heart closed. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it yourself? Is it someone else? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Today's soul action, look at the person that you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. This includes yourself. Some of you can do this while looking into the mirror because the Four of Wands is showing up with the mirror here. It says, see them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. Your mantra, when I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth, that I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. Beautiful energy. You're releasing judgments here in a very, very big way. So I see that this is part of the devil energy that is showing up here for you. And when we are able to release this judgment, we are able to allow that sun to shine through. All right, let's get a message here from your crystal spirits, Cancer. And at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you, Cancer, to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be a crystal that you are familiar with and maybe even know the name of. Perhaps your crystal is showing up as a specific shape, size, or color. Your gemstone could be giving off a frequency of unconditional love, guidance, protection, or healing. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel on the community page, all you need to do is drop whatever was being shown to you in your mind's eye. Perhaps it's the name of the crystal. It could be the shape, the size, the color, whatever you are seeing, Cancer. Drop it below and I will enter you into the giveaway. All right, we have clear quartz. Now, some of you may have been seeing a quartz. This could be rose quartz that you are picking up on, but you do have here the energy of amplification, magnification, expansion, and growth. And your relationship message is this: it's easy to magnify the flaws in others and forget to reflect on where you might need to grow. When clear quartz spirit appears, it's a sign for you to turn your attention to all that is wonderful and the people that you care about in yourself and in your relationships. Grow what is good. Grow what is working. No one can be all things to all people at all time. So cut yourself some slack, or your partner if you have one. Today, celebrate who you are and what you experience in yourself or your relationships that help you feel loved and appreciated. Share that celebration with others. Say thank you to the people in your life who make it better in so many different ways. Now, clear quartz, when we meditate with this, we gain clarity for any fogginess, any confusion. It can help unmask something deep within ourselves or deep within a relationship. Clear quartz is magnanimous in that it will generously offer up its own energy in order to magnify that of any other stone. Containing only silicone and oxygen, it is the purest of all crystals and is easily programmable with our intentions. So this is a wonderful stone to work with in matters of the heart for the month of September, especially getting clear on your intentions to help you see through the illusions of whatever the devil in the mask is bringing in for you. Now, when we have the devil showing up, we are able to address, right? We're able to take a look and change things, because we can't change what we can't see, what we are not willing to see, or what is buried deeply on a subconscious level. But the fact that the sun is showing up here in your conscious awareness and the Eight of Cups is showing up here in your subconscious, this tells me that you are being gifted the sight of illumination. You have the sun coming through here. You're walking towards more emotional fulfillment by making choices and decisions that come from a clear head and a powerful heart. That is what I have for you, Cancer. If you enjoyed your reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And if you would like to book a personal reading or sign up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video.